Welcome to the London Free Press Podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Gilbert. Artificial intelligence may be the future, but how do teachers balance the use of AI in their classrooms with traditional learning? And what is the line between using AI as a tool versus as a replacement for learning? Today, I'm talking with London Free Press reporter Ryan Goodison about how AI is being used in classrooms throughout London. Hi, Ryan. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me on.
Good. I'm welcome to the podcast. This is your first time with us.
Yes, thank you. Thank
So
you.
I'm happy to have you here. This is a really interesting story, and I know you spoke with a few teachers. Just explain how they're using AI in their classrooms. What kinds of programs are they using?
Yeah, so my main contact for this story was a teacher named Reese Canelon, and he's a English Dramatic Arts and ECL teacher at Westminster Secondary School. So a lot of what he has done with AI in his classroom is really an assistant, kind of a tool for him to kind of modernize his lessons, create more robust lesson plans, and get closer to the curriculum. His first forte kind of into AI actually came from improving the school's website's homepage. But at least for him, what he's been introducing to his students is a program called Google Notebook LM, which essentially allows you to feed, a bunch of information into it from different sources,
Mm.
and it can create quizzes and flashcards for you, and it can help as sort of a study guide.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so students can use that at home to study for tests and things like that.
Exactly. And that's one of the kind of main things they've been introducing to students, especially with in case, at least in Reese's perspective, if he's not around, if it's the weekend and he's not available, the students could basically use this almost like a tutor in some kind of ways. Uh,
Okay.
they can bounce questions off of it. They can ask it to rephrase questions that might be in their textbook in a way that they might be able to understand.
Interesting. Um, so how do teachers make sure that AI is being used as a tool and maybe not replacing what they're learning? Because I think when some of us think of AI, we think of maybe Chat GPT and GPT will just give you the answers. So I'm assuming they must be having talks with the students around all of that. What kinds of things are they saying? How are they discussing that?
Well, I mean, a bit of the issue here is that it's such a widely available technology now. So
Hmm.
now you kind of have to speak with students and encourage them to still do their own work outside of AI, which is almost everywhere now. It's on a bunch of different programs. Lots of people have AI tools on their email
Hmm.
programs that can summarize emails for them. And so a lot of it was teachers discussing AI, introducing it to them, and trying to have a kind of values-based discussion on that. At the same time, teachers like Reese have been introducing a lot more in-person assignments. So
Hmm.
he's an English teacher. He's introducing a lot more written assignments that have to be completed in the classroom, as a way of preventing students from essentially taking the easy route.
Okay, so we're finding new ways to do things to incorporate this, but also make sure that we are learning
Yes,
things.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Um, Western University actually has a chief AI officer, which I
Right.
find fascinating, and he's been in this role for a couple years now. Is that right?
Yes, yes. So he's been in that role since 2023. His name's Mark Daly. It's a very fun title, Chief AI Officer.
Yeah.
Um, Really, I think Western was one of the first universities in Canada to really create an AI leadership role, at least within its executive board.
Hmm.
And essentially, what Daly is supposed to be doing is he's supposed to be the main guy who's at the forefront of research and the application of these technologies. And essentially, he's there to help assist them in maybe implementing some university-wide AI strategies going forward.
Okay.
That's kind of what his role is at the university.
And has he come up with certain guidelines for students in using AI?
I don't have that information for you
Okay.
right now in terms of specifics.
Hmm.
Daly was very kind to participate in the article. I spoke with him, and he's very much somebody who believes in a values-based discussion
Mm-hmm.
with students, especially since this is a technology that seems to always be rapidly evolving, and it's going to change more, within the next couple years as we've seen it grow so far.
How does he suggest implementing implementing AI into student life? And um, I'm assuming there's always ongoing discussions with students and staff about that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, for Daly, he's in a camp where he really wants to see these discussions of AI happen in really young grades, in elementary
Mm,
school, and to really get students introduced to them, but also introduce a values-based discussion for them. And so a lot of it is instructors speaking with their students and just learning, and what kind of student do you want to be? Do you want to be
mm,
somebody who does the work, or do you want to be somebody who, takes shortcuts? Um,
yeah.
and it is interesting in terms of where we might see it within the next couple of years. That's for sure.
It's fascinating because it is very easy to take the shortcut, by using AI. And I think pointing out and having those conversations about just the ethical use of it in education and kind of using the honor system, putting it
Right,
on the
right.
students. What kind of student do you want to be? I think that's a fascinating way to go about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And he also mentioned how, he would like to see instructors and educators really experiment with these tools, see what it can do, what it can't do,
Mm.
and figure out ways how to implement that in their teaching.
And they're always getting better for sure. The Thames Valley School Board actually does train teachers, is that right, on the use of AI in classrooms?
Yeah, so they've developed some guidelines.
Okay.
Those have been in collaboration with the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario, as well as the Secondary School Teachers Federation of Ontario as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so these guidelines are kind of reinforced during some training sessions. Essentially, teachers have received a bit of training on maybe how to integrate AI into their teaching practices. Usually, kind of what Reese has been doing in terms of enhancing their lesson planning and kind of classroom engagement.
Okay. Um, we were and talking about ethical use. How can the teachers make sure that students aren't using AI maybe when they shouldn't be? They're not, plagiarizing things. Is there a way? There must be ways to check that the use of AI.
Well, it is a bit of a tough one. I wouldn't say there's a direct answer to that.
Okay.
A lot of what I've been able to uncover, especially with speaking with some of the teachers firsthand, is that it's really um, teaching the students how to integrate AI responsibly and how to use it
Yeah.
responsibly, how to interact with it. But yeah,
It is the future. And they're all going to use it anyways, even if it's just for fun at home, right? So using it ethically and responsibly seems to be the way to go. Well, thank you, Ryan. Thank you for joining us today. I love this story, and we'll definitely be reading more of your stories at lfpress.com. Thank you.